Rabbi Mose Lázár is a shliach in Milan, Italy. In 1956, as a student in yeshiva, he wrote to the Rebbe with the idea of starting a summer camp for children.
We have to go in for yichidus that wants to speak to us. Waiting in the before the Rebbe's room, and we go in. The Rebbe very seriously, standing there. There was talking about starting a camp. Why do we need a camp? And you can imagine, I was hoping, going to the Rebbe to tell us what to do and so on and so on. Here the Rebbe asks me, "For was darf man haben a camp? Why do you need a camp?" When I heard these words, I blacked out. And I was ready to fall on the floor in a faint. And Kos grabbed me. And the Rebbe said, "We should go out for a few minutes. When I feel better, we should come back in again." I come out, and my whole world just was destroyed. Till now, the Rebbe was positive, and all of a sudden, he's asking me, "Why do we need camp?" Kos was a very, very, very level-headed young man. And he tells me, "Moshe, if the Rebbe is asking you, just tell him from your experience why you need camp." We came in, the Rebbe greeted us with a smile this big. And yes, "Fühlst du dich schon besser? Do you feel better?" "Nu, für was darf man haben camp? Why do you need the camp?" So I told the Rebbe, camp is the only way a child is infused with Yiddishkeit. Even if he goes to yeshiva, he comes home at night. The good Yiddish mama, what does she do? Everything he learned in the yeshiva, that's not so important. You have to do this and this and this, so on and so on. But when you have a child for 24 hours, for 3 weeks, or 6 weeks, or 9 weeks, you're able to give him over. The Rebbe was very satisfied, and we started working. Get back to before camp starts. I'm sitting there, and the little grown-up, the Rebbe's secretary, yes, how long does it take to get out to camp? So I told him, it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I don't remember exactly how much it was, but I told him so much and so on. Okay, goes out. About 20 minutes later, he comes in again. The Rebbe's leaving to camp in and out. He wants to make a verbringen in camp. And Baruch Hashem, that was Tavshin Tezayin, the Rebbe came, and he made the Chanukas Habayis of camp in Gan Yisrael. We started the second year with big publicity, of course, saying we have a new place, and Swan Lake. Swan Lake was one of the fanciest places in the Catskills in those days. And we started camp. Yud Beis Tammuz, the Rebbe by the Verbringen, we weren't there, we were in camp. The Rebbe said he's going to be Mamshech, Verbringen in camp. So here already, everybody knew. Here it wasn't a surprise. Here, Sunday, when the Rebbe came out to camp, there were tens and tens of cars and buses that came out before. The shul, the recreation hall, was packed. The first year the Rebbe came before camp. I wanted to show the Rebbe the spirit of camp, the environment, the atmosphere. So I could have put on a jacket with a hat and everything. My white head countless cap, a baseball cap. I wanted him to see exactly how camp, and even the children, they put on the Shabbos Diga clothes, but nothing's fancy, nothing special. They should be dressed. And all the children were sitting there. After Mincha, the Rebbe said he wants to go see the camp. So all the children went back to their bunks. Each child was standing next to his bed. And I gave the Rebbe a tour of camp, down to the lake. Came into the dining room, there was a big sign, "Remember to tip your waiter." The Rebbe put his hand in his pocket, and he called over Yossi Weinbaum. He took money out, a tip for the waiters. After the Rebbe was all around, he went back to the car was standing there. Before he got into the car, he turned around to me and he said these words, And I live with these words because I know I was gave him a slight nachas ruach to the Rebbe. He turned around to me and he said, Ich hab sich keinmal nicht vorgestellt als sei Reichtum. I never imagined such a richness. Up to this day, those few words push me along. Knowing that today, if the Rebbe would go around to the mesdas today, $1 million places, multi-million-dollar places, he took me and he lifted me up into the highest heaven. What did I do? Not my money. The work that we put in to prepare, all right. And the Rebbe took these young little boys and he showed them, you did me a great favor.